Welcome. In this video, we continue on with Book 4 of the Darksworn campaign for Valeria Card Kingdoms, Blackest Death. All right, so shuffling our monster stack here. So we're going to start with a dire bear in column 1, a skeleton, a giant, goblin, and an orc warrior. Then we're going to be getting our Ibat swarm. And then of our Melanox, we're going to shuffle these and get one of those. And then our other shades, since we're in book 4, we're going to get 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And shuffle the rest of those together. And since we're in book 4, we've got 4 victory points, 2 gold and 1 magic, and I'll switch back to our paladin. He's going to give us another shot. So our blessings. Give this a quick shuffle. And our first blessings. Spend a victory point for 3 fight, victory point for 3 money, or 2 victory points to return one of our citizens that's been captured. So far, we haven't been letting many get captured. They're just getting destroyed. All right, so on with this, so the Blackest Death. So setup, place all infection tokens on the storyboard with the one side face up. So we got a lot of these infection markers in this, with 1 on one side and 2 on the other. Then we're going to place the Darkwater monster face down near the middle of the monster deck. So that is him there. So near the middle, I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is in the middle. So the rules for that, any citizen with a infection token is considered to be infected. Any infected citizen you recruit retains their infected when moved to your tableau, has no effect on their powers during harvest. If an infected is destroyed or discarded for any reason, it stays on that stack unless that stack becomes exhausted. That's nasty. If a character is returned to the stack with it on it, the return goes to the bottom of the stack. If you must place an infection and there are none, banish a character that has a token on it and return the token to the supply and continue as needed. All right, so Chapter 1, A Sickness is Upon Us. After helping the wounded out of the relics chamber, you collect the relics so that the mages and elders in Kosk can examine them. You all know that these could be the key in fighting the darkness. Few pays pass with little progress in discovering what powers the relics possess. But research is halted when one of the knights on guard at the cave stumbles into Kosk, struggling for breath and covered with a tracy or swollen black veins just below the skin. Clerics take the knight to the temple where healing specialists can work to ease their suffering, but you are left with a dilemma. Something inside the cavern must be responsible and it must be stopped. So we're ready, so we're going to turn the page. So delving into the darkness, we need 6 strength, 6 money. That's going to return one of our characters that's been discarded. There's something in there for sure. Chapter 2, root out the source. The sickness is spreading. There's little the clerics can do but to make the afflicted comfortable. Key to discovering a cure to such a virulent sickness is to accelerate the cavern mapping. The explorers searching the cavern, however, are hesitant to continue after learning the sickness and firmly demand more pay and additional weaponry. You know that the cavern is a labyrinth and that illness, as well as lurking monsters and crumbling tunnels, will take their toll. See the honor in their request and agreeing to their terms to begin raising funds and sourcing weapons. So we're going to place an infected on the knight stack and place an infected on a stack of her choice. So the knight's not happy. And we're not going to pick on the paladins yet. We'll go for the butcher. And let's see. So if we roll a 6, we're going to banish a card for every character citizen stack with a 2 Return all 2s to the supply, then flip all 1s to the 2 side and add another infected to an uninfected stack. So far, no way to get rid of the infected. So I guess we just need to delve pretty quick. So starting off, we get a 3, 4, and a 7, which is nothing, nothing, and nothing, which means 3 resources of our choice. 1, 2, 3. So this is all purchasing then. So we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to get an archer. And then we're going to spend 1, 2 to pick up a rogue. And a giant is going to come a knocking along with a goblin. In our second harvest phase, 3 does nothing. We are going to get a fight from the archer now. And 7 is going to get us a money in a fight. And next round, 2, 6, and 8. 2 is nothing. 6 gets us a fight. 8 gets us nothing. So we are going to spend 2 fight to take out a skeleton, which will get us a money and 2 victory points. Second action, we are going to spend I guess 2 money to pick up a merchant. And we're going to take a third action to spend a victory point to get 3 money. All right, monsters, nothing there. The 6. We're flipping these to 2s. And adding another, we'll put on the mercenary. And then we're going to gain a gold from the merchant and a fight from our knight. And then find an owlbear. And continue on. 2, 4, and 6. So the 2, we're going to take 2 magic from the merchant. Archer is going to give us 2 strength, and a 6 gives us 1 strength. Another 6. I got to stop that. Oh, yes. There we can spend 2 victory points to get 4 magic. We're going to spend 4 fight to take on the owlbear, which will give us 2 magic and 2 victory points. And our second action, we're going to get another archer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, since this is our second one. And we're going to take a third action, spending a fight to take out the goblin, which is getting us a coin and a victory point. And 2, 4, and 6. So we're going to have to banish a knight and banish a butcher. That flips to a 2. And then we're going to pick on a champion. And then back to us. Merchant's going to get us a gold. Archer's going to get us 2, since we have 2 of those now. And the knight's going to get us a fight. And then replenishing. Got a skeleton in column 2. And another orc warrior. All right, next round. 2, 5, and 7. The 2, we're going to take 2 money. 5, we get 1 money. And the 7 gets us 2 fight and 2 money. So we're going to delve into the darkness. 6 money goes away, so we're down to 2. Then we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our second action, we're going to spend 2 victory points to get 4 magic. And then the monsters, skeleton, hits the wall. Orc warrior hits the wall. Then our second harvest phase. Merchant gets us a coin. Peasant gets us a coin. And the rogue gets us a coin and a fight. So end phase, that's going to flip these over. So now we rooted out the source, Chapter 3, Relics and the Dark Curse. After examining one of the new maps, you see a recently discovered passage adjacent to the Relics Chamber and near the battle with the Darksworn. You're convinced there must be a connection. You enter the cavern and retrace the path on the map. When you enter the new passage, you find a burbling stream that looks odd. The stream is marbled with a vicious black liquid, and when you lower your torch for a better look, it flows over the stream bank and oozes towards you. Instinctively, you thrust your radiant towards the oily tendrils, and they shrink back into the stream. You have read that the Darksworn are set by unknown forces to protect artifacts and places imbued with dark powers. Seems that the Darksworn you recently defeated may have guarded this fouled waterway, so remove the next 5 cards in the book. So we've got a lantern, a mirror, box, hassock, and a chalice. Risking infection, you collect a sample of the fluid for the clerics and Kosk. The liquid is a mystery, but the clerics discover a conjuring that invigorates the fluid, and they're encouraged that a ritual can be developed to dispel the sickness. More good news arrives when the mages reveal the key to activating the relics is proximity to the radiance. Together, you and your fellow defenders of the light bring forth your radiance, activate the relics, and divide them among yourselves so that you will each have a new tool to defeat the darkness. So immediately distribute all 5 relic cards as evenly as possible among the players. So we're going to get all 5. Some may end up with more than one, and one may have all. For the rest of this game, may use an action on your turn to trigger a relic in your tableau. A relic may be used multiple times on the same turn. Nice. So now we need to build a hospital. We need 5 magic and 10 money. And Chapter 4, Relieve the Suffering. The clerics, having discovered an order's rite for curing the illness, ask that you construct a great hall so they can perform the rituals and house the sick until they are well. You immediately direct the construction of this hospital. Hospital will help to stabilize the spread of what your clerics have named the Blackest Death. Then you can return to the cavern to find the source of the dark water and put it into the sickness. So as an action, you may spend 2 magic to return a 1 infection to the board or flip a 2 to a 1. The 6, we're going to banish the card from all the stacks with a 2. Then flip up another one to the 2s and then add 1 to 2 uninfected stacks. Place a magic on build the hospital to increase its completion cost. All right, so Lanyard, gain 2 magic and flip one of our tokens. Gain 2 magic and discard a certain type of monster. Gain 2 money and 2 resources of our choice. Gain a victory point and pray. Or transfer at a 1-to-1 rate. So let's see. That's all right. We'll replenish here. Spend a victory point for 2 magic. So our next turn, 4, 5, and 9. So the 4 is going to get us 4 fight. So we're up to 6 fight thanks to the archers. Peasant brings in a gold, and a 9 does nothing. So we're going to spend 2 money to bring in a paladin. Then, let's see. Can I get 9? Yep. We're going to spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to take care of an orc warrior. We get a character with a cost of 3 or less and 3 victory points, so up to 9. And we're immediately going to put another paladin in the work. And we're going to take a 3rd action, spend a victory point to get 3 strength. Using that blessing. Then column 4 activates, nothing there. This orc warrior takes out a wall. Then back to us with 4. 2 archers are going to give us 2 strength. 5. The peasant gives us a money. And we have 2 of these, so we can spend a strength to get 3 magic. Since we have both, spend 2 strength to get 6 magic. So 1, 2 to get 6. And now we have 2 victory points to change a die by plus or minus 1. And a dire bear. And next turn, 1, 2, and 3. So the 2, we can get 2 money or 2 magic. We'll take 2 money. So our first action, we'll spend 2 fight, taking out a skeleton, which gets us a coin and 2 victory points. Second action, we're going to spend 2 magic to remove that. And we'll take a third action, spending a victory point to get 2 magic. Then a dire bear, it's a hole, 2 is nothing, giant takes out a wall. Then back to us, all we're getting is 1 coin. And then all players are going to lose up to 2 money. Nasty little fella. Next turn. 1, 6, and 7. And I guess first we get to see this. We can trade some resources around. 1 gets us nothing. 6, knight's going to give us a fight. And 7, the rogue's going to give us 2 fight and 2 gold. Our first action, we are going to spend 2 victory points to change the 6 to a 5. And second action, we're going to spend 5 magic. And then 10 coins, use a non-coin and 1 magic to build a hospital. And creatures activate. Dire bear takes out a wall. He's going to capture a peasant. And we're still getting a 6 going off. But we've already paid for that, so we've got to banish a mercenary. Then we're going to infect a butcher and a champion. So it would have been better just leaving the 6 there by itself instead of spending to change it. Should have thought better about that. Oh well. So then back to activating over here. We're going to get a coin from the peasant and a strength from our knight. Then we'll flip these over. So we found a raker. Needs 10 magic and 10 fight. Chapter 6, The Source. Returning to the caverns with your radiance and new relics, you push safely past the tainted stream and trace it back through long-winded passages to its source. Large room that absorbs your torchlight. Only the glow of your radiance allows you to see the hideous aberration that surges from the depths of the matte black pool. You know the Raker from legend, and you know that to stop this disease once and for all, the Raker must be defeated. It's an action you can pay 1 magic to turn a 1 to nothing or a 2 to a 1 for the infected tokens. On a roll of a 6, discard a card from every stack that has a 2. Return all 2s to the supply, flip 1s to 2s, and add 1 to 2 uninfected stacks and 1 to an uninfected character in our tableau. So we want to beat this guy quick. And we have 0 magic to do it. But we can spend 2 magic to get 5 money. And then next turn, 5, 6, and 11. All right, the peasant gets us a coin. 6 gets us a strength. 11 gets us nothing. Oh, yes, and these are flipped over. So we're going to use one of our relics. We're going to gain 2 magic and discard that type of monster. So 2 magic. And that is the right type. We do not get the reward, though, but he's discarded at least. Our next action, we are going to pay for a butcher and bring him over. Then we're going to activate some things. 5 does nothing. 6 does nasty things. So we're flipping those over. Adding 2 more out here. We'll go with a knight and cleric, and then one of our paladins. Then activating down, and while I'm reading that does not affect us, just means they're close to death. So 5 gets us a money, 6 gets us a strength, and that guy is going to get us 4 money. And we refill this. So when he comes in, we have to destroy another monster and refill it. So we are going to take out the giant, gets banished. And that guy comes in. All right, next turn. 2, 4, and 6. Yeah, this is starting to be a big problem here. Spend a magic to flip that down. Spend another magic to flip that one down. Take another action to spend 4 fight. Take care of the Ibat Swarm. We'll take a magic with that and gain a victory point. And the monsters are going to activate. So he's taking care of that one. 4, getting dire. 6, these are all flipping to 2s. And then we're going to have a peasant get not feeling well, and another mercenary, and need some fight. Go there. And replenish with the treant. Come on, anything but a 6. Double 5s. All right, so for doubles, we get that. We're going to take 3 magic. Peasant's going to bring us 2 coins. And then the 10, got 2 paladins, so that's going to be 2 fight and 4 magic. We're close, but not quite. We've got to take care of that guy. So we're going to spend 5 plus 1. And that's going to get us 2 resources back. So we'll take 2 strength and 2 victory points. Then we'll spend 2 victory points to get 5 money. And end our turn. Double 5s does nothing. Then back to us. We're going to get 3 resources. 1, 2, 3. And then the peasant gives us 2 gold. And over here, we're going to spend 2 fight to get 6 magic. And then we can spend 2 victory points to get 5 fight. And a goblin comes out. And next turn, 2, 6, and 8. So the 2 magic or 2 money. We're going to take 2 magic. 6 gets us a fight. 8 gets us nothing. I've got a total 15. I've got 20, so I have just enough to do the raker. First action, we're going to spend 2 to get 5 fight. Second action, we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 fight and 3 money to take care of this guy, which is going to get us 2 resources of our choice and 3 victory points. Then we're going to take a third action, spending 10 magic and then 10 fight, which would be 9 from there and 1 from there to take out the raker. Then monsters activate. 2 does nothing. 6 is doing some stuff. So for that 2, it's going to banish a champion and a knight and a butcher and a paladin. Then we're going to flip all these over. And then we're going to have another champion get sick along with a merchant. And down here, an archer is going to get the sickness. So then our second phase, getting a coin and a strength. And nothing for 8. So now we're going to do that, which will flip these over. All right, so Clean Waters, Chapter 6. We made it. Using your combined magics and weaponry, you deal a fatal blow to the aberration and it sinks into the depths. Together, you immerse your radiance into the polluted pool, and Aquila's power purifies the once dark and deadly water. So water clears, you see the raker's corpse at the bottom of the pool. Body spasms, and you leap back against the possibility of a renewed battle. Convulsing all the way, the slain creature rises to the surface, then keeps rising to float above the pool. Its bones break and cartilage rips as it grows smaller, and with one final snap, the body collapses into a featureless black sphere hovering in the air. The sphere moves slowly towards the path leading out of the cavern, and you try to restrain it with a status spell, but the magical chains fall away without effect. When it reaches the exterior of the mountain, the sphere suddenly dives towards Kosk, and you fear for the lives of the citizens below, but the sphere veers off and sets a course west into the wilderness. Uneasiness settles upon you all as you realize you may have unleashed the very darkness you were charged to defeat. As you make your way down the mountain to the city, now nurturing hope with the waning illness, some of your soldiers and mages fall behind the group, walking closely together, whispering and casting sidelong glances toward the sphere's path. Could you have lost their allegiance by unleashing an unstoppable evil into the world? So we're going to keep our relics, and at the start of each book, divvying them up among the players. The rules remain in effect for the rest of the books of the Darksworn saga. Find the Dark Water monster, set it aside. It will be shuffled into all future decks in the Darksworn saga. So that is going to complete this book. It was getting dire for our sick people, but we did all right. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.